If my story can touch just one person, if I can make a difference in someone's life and let them know, hey, you're not alone. There are others like me, like you. This isn't about being famous. It isn't about getting rich. This is my life, but this is our story, and I hope I give someone the courage to finish writing it.
Chocolate babes! Hey chocolate babes, hey! So I'm super excited to be bringing you guys our very first Sex 101 segment with sexologist Chocolate. Yay! So I really wanted to make sure that I brought you guys the sexual information that I felt like I needed to get conveyed over to you. And I wanted to make sure that, I remained classy and we remained sexy. And so here we are. So let's get started, shall we? I personally wanted to start with some other things. However, I was told that it was important that we started with some basics because maybe not everybody knows how to, get started in the bedroom. So that's what we're doing, chocolate babes. We're starting with the basics today. And so with that being said, basically, I was first say it starts with the chemistry. It's important that because little flings are cool, and if that's what the stage of life that you're at and that's what you're into right now, then totally go for it. However, here I personally I believe that sex should be a love-making process. So it's important that you have great chemistry with your partner, so that way it makes for enjoyable sex, right? It makes for good lovemaking. So that's really important. It's important to know what your partner likes, what they don't like, what turns them on, because ultimately that's our goal. We want to make sure that we're stimulating our partner and that we are leaving everybody walking away satisfied, right? So with that being said, I would say that it first starts with foreplay, right? We're all pretty familiar with foreplay. I think that's probably how most of us begin experimenting in the bedroom, with the more simpler things. So basically that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about some good foreplay techniques. We're going to talk about the spots that you should be hitting while having foreplay. And we're going to talk about how to make it enjoyable for both parties, right? Really important, especially for the woman, because with women, as you know, we want to get those juices flowing. It's definitely not going to be enjoyable for us as women if it's not nicely saturated down there, okay? So me personally, I'm a really affectionate person. I like the kissing, I like the touching, hold me, all that good stuff. So I would say let's start there. You want to, and again, if that's not what your partner is into, that's just not what they're into. But you want to start with some kissing, some touching. You want to get those juices flowing. You want to get your partner aroused. And ladies and gentlemen, that goes both ways. So you want to make sure that you are getting them ready for takeoff, right? Once you do that, clothes start coming off. Everybody is getting comfortable, and we're getting ready, right? So what I did was I prepared a couple of images here for you guys that I wanted to use.
Okay, chocolate babes, when talking about the male anatomy, let's focus on 4 main parts. We'll call this first, second, third, and home base. When stimulating your partner during foreplay, you'll want to focus on these 4 main parts. The first is the urethral, the second, the frenulum, the third, the skin, and then the fourth we'll call super for short. And ladies, if you're feeling real extra, you can move on to the deep part of the penis as well. But today, we're only taking beginner steps, okay?
Okay, chocolate babes, so as you just seen, we have a photo of a penis. Feel free to, stop, pause, whatever, those photo screenshots as you may, so you can get a clear understanding of what it is that I'm talking about. However, when you are focused on foreplay, getting started, getting aroused, and getting going, your main focus should be the urethra. okay? And that's on male and female. The reason why is because the urethra is what releases those endorphins into our brain and lets those juices start flowing. It gets the man, basically what we call hard. It gets them hard. It gets the woman juicy. It gets us going, right? It gives off those endorphins that basically tell our brain, hey, it's nasty time. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So that's the area that you want to focus when you're doing your foreplay, right? So you can get going. So basically you should be wrapped around there. Now I'm not saying there's a lot of different bases, right? But home is where we're trying to get to, right? We want to get to home base. So you got to make sure you start at base 1. So the urethra, which if you look at that image, that would be the top of the penis, would be the urethra. Now, of course, ladies, that's not all we want to focus on, but that's a good place to start, okay? Now, let's move on to our women, right? So I have another screenshot image for you guys, so take a look.
Okay, chocolate babes. So here we have the female vaginal. Again, we're going to focus on the urethra as well as the clitoris. The clitoris and the urethra are going to be the main objective here.
Okay, guys, so you just seen the image of the woman's vaginal. So if you look at the top of the image, you can see the clitoris, of course. You look directly under the clitoris, you see the urethra, right, on the woman anatomy part. So basically, as we had said before, of course you want to focus on the clitoris, yes. And you guys, I don't know who told y'all this, but I see the post on Facebook all the time, and I wish y'all stopped telling people this, but we like more than just the clitoris to be massaged and foreplayed with. Yeah, I don't know who gave y'all that assumption, but let me go ahead and reprogram you. Go ahead and throw that out the window, because that's not all that we like. Like I said, you may hit all the bases, okay? You may hit all of them. First and second is probably where you mostly should be, but please feel free to hit all of them, okay? We like more than that. I promise you we do. You can do more down there than just messing with the clit. I guarantee you. However, of course, the main focus should be the clitoris at the top. Now that we've gotten all of the foreplay basics out, we know that, we got to do a bit of arousing before we can actually get sexual. We got to do some touching, some kissing, some loving. You got to do some, make the body parts feel good first, right? Okay, now that we got past that, now we can get to the fun stuff. I wanted to make sure that I showed you guys one of my favorite positions for foreplay. So I call this one the lazy crazy. And the reason why I call it that, ladies, because this is actually one that benefits us because it drives the boys crazy, but it allows us to be lazy, okay? So you still are playing your part in the foreplay, but you get to be a little lazy, right? So I do this when, I don't really feel like getting up or, doing all that extra stuff. So this is how that goes. Basically, you want to get upside down. And sometimes, whatever's comfortable for you. You can put your legs up, legs apart. You can butterfly them, because of course, you want to be able to get to the goods, right? So, but this is your hangout spot. This is where you want to be, upside down, head to the sky, and the reason why I love this position so much is there's so many different things you can do with this, ladies. And you're still just laying down. Stand up, y'all can 69, right? You can just, continue to do some clit stimulation. You can, regardless, you get to lay down. So, this is called the lazy crazy. You do your thing, you lay down, you get to be a little lazy. You get to be sexy. So you guys try that out for me. Tell me what you think. And hopefully I gave you guys some really good tips today to get you going and making for a good beginning to hopefully what will be a really great end. And I am Nurse Chocolate, your sexologist. This is my very first Sex 101, so I really hope that you guys enjoyed as much as I enjoyed making it. And make sure you guys stay tuned so you can get all of the sexual advice, sexual positions. Pretty soon we're gonna start bringing out the toys. So just stay tuned, chocolate babes, and remember, always stay sweet, and thanks for stopping by the Chocolate Factory.